Is sex addiction real? I think I've answered this question with Dr. Phil, with Oprah, with many hosts, with many radio people, and now for you. Because really, these guys who are famous, they have everything and they cheat and they lie, and is sex addiction just an excuse for them to act out? Are they just boys with toys and we should just excuse that? Or is there actually something under all the news that really is an addictive process? That people get addicted to pornography and sexual behaviors, and that's the way they manage their life, and it becomes destructive. So is sex addiction real? Well, you're going to decide, probably emotionally, but I'm going to give you some things to think about. Because if you're struggling with sex and you're wondering if you're addicted, stay tuned. If you're in a relationship with someone who's struggling, stay tuned. I want to walk through what it is. Sex addiction number one is it's a way of managing your life, dealing with stress, dealing with pain, okay, in a sexually kind of compulsive way, okay? Now, oftentimes, it's a secret world. Oftentimes, the person believes, if you really knew me, you wouldn't love me. Often, the person has tried to stop and failed. They've made promises to stop and failed. They've had consequences for their addiction and continue to use. They tend to use more and more or have to jump to different types of sexual behavior in the addictive process. They get less pleasure even though they're spending more time with this, okay? And so those are some factors. If you kind of saying yes, 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 okay, then you probably have a sexual addiction. Now let me tell you something. I'm a recovering sex addict. I've been sober for over 32 years. I haven't masturbated, viewed pornography, I haven't cheated on my wife. I've done recovery. So if you have a sex addiction, there is hope. And there is things you can do. First of all, you have to admit you have a problem. In the 12-step program, that's step one. Admit you got a problem. That you can't stop. That you've tried, you've cried, you've prayed. And you still end up doing things that hurt yourself and hurt others. That you have a secret world that you're really tired of carrying. And you really do believe if anyone really knew what I was doing, there's no way they would love me, respect me, or want to be in a relationship with me. If you got that going on, there's things to do. Admit you got a problem. Look at getting resources or help. Okay, if you go to sexaddict.com, we've got lots of resources. Some are even free, There's information you can get. See if you fit this category, because if you do, you're going to want to get great help. Okay, there's support groups for sex addiction all over the country. You can contact my office. Phone number's right there in front of you. And we can tell you what's available in your area, or we have phone groups that you can get in and you can start getting a team of people around you. Because one thing we know about addictions, regardless of alcohol, drugs, sex, or food, no matter what it is, you can't beat it by yourself. You're going to have to create a tribe around you, a small tribe that knows what's going on with you. You can be honest with you, can call. We have the 5 C's. Pray, read, go to meetings, make your phone calls, call someone in your group every day for the first 90 days, and pray again, thanking God for keeping you clean. And you may want to set up some consequences for yourself. If you are acting out, and set a consequence for yourself. You definitely want to shut down the avenues in which your addiction is able to access you, okay? And that might mean changing some things in your life. You deserve to be well. Most guys I work with who control their own income double their income in the first 12 months. This is affecting you financially. This is affecting the way you think emotionally, morally, spiritually. All of you is being corroded by this addiction process. And now I know we live in a culture where everybody's doing it and it's supposed to be so cool. Well, if it's so cool and so great, why is there so much damage? Why is marriages being impacted? It's because it's not helpful. Food's great, but if you got an addiction, you're out of control. Alcohol can be, it can be an okay thing, but if you're an alcoholic, you're out of control. And if you got a sex addiction, you already know you're out of control. You can't stop, and it's been driving you crazy. So please take the next step and help yourself.